It's Sports Frenzy! Sports Frenzy!
What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? We're back! Season 6, Episode 7. Coach Cole here, with the magical, mystical voice of the one and only
Jamie Rose.
That's right. You can't see him, but he's here. He is here with me live in the Holland studios. He's smiling right now. You can't see it. But
I am. It's sporting a new dude, too, may I say.
he is sporting a new do. We could maybe get him to post a picture of that up later on the Frenzy page with his new do.
They don't need to see that.
Oh, sure they do. They miss what you look like around here. Oh, so how you been, Rose? How's the week been?
Week's been good. Been busy. Gotta work this weekend, but other than that, it's going good. How's your week been?
It has been very busy as well. We've had some pretty busy schedules at work, and my after-work life has been fairly busy, but we always have time for you, the fans, and Sports Frenzy updating, trying to stay up to date on the moments with our Twitter page and our Facebook page, and yep. So there you go. We're staying on it. We're staying on it. If you'll notice lately, Rose has been real good about getting our videos up on Facebook as soon as we get done filming, and shortly after that, if I haven't fallen asleep, because sometimes we shoot these pretty late, and Rose is the late nighter anymore. Shortly after that, or in the morning, I actually shoot the video over to our Twitter page, because you can upload videos to Twitter now too. So,
oh, nice.
We're getting there, Rose. We're getting there. Our technology is stepping up, buddy. Now, if I can only get you back on here live.
I know. I was hopeful when I just did my update on our software here, it would fix me, but nope. No dice.
Yeah, we need a tech, apparently. But that's all right. Until, in the meantime, you have better sound quality. You get to hear us a little bit better. And, you see me more, but we're doing some more different things with the flashcards and stuff. So I think it's all working out well. We haven't got any complaints on the email address yet. I haven't seen anything negative on the Facebook page, so I think we're doing all right.
Hey, that's good. It
All
only
right,
took us how long?
it's season 6, so we can't say we're still got all the bugs worked out because we don't.
No, that's for sure.
Anyway, let's see what we got going on this week. Rose is he's got some big challenging games on here this week. So let's get right into some picks, shall we?
Let's do it.
Why don't you go ahead and start us off this week with the games, Rose?
All right, we got starting off the 8-0 Coldwater.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Where'd my Coldwater one go? Huh. Speaking of technical difficulties, Coldwater is what is their logo there, Rose?
I don't know.
Wow, that sucks. Can't find that one. All right, so we're gonna just do this
What is it?
today.
Oh, it's a cardinal.
Cardinal.
Yep, it's like the Louisville Cardinal logo. So it's
Yes.
the Coldwater logo. There is the Cardinals, the 8-0 Coldwater. They're traveling to the 2-win, 6-loss, the Adrian Maples.
I do have the maple one. I must have lost my Coldwater one. Guess who's going to be making a quick print in the morning when he gets to work?
Well, really, that one, all you got to do is use the Louisville Cardinal one.
That's true. I could do that.
Exact
Yes.
same logo.
So, I'm thinking, guys, sorry, Adrian fans, but there's no way I'm picking you this week.
I'm joining you. I got to go with Coldwater with an 8-0 record.
Yes, Coldwater looks like they're pretty good, and hopefully you can keep it competitive, Adrian, audience. All right. Next up, man, jumping right into it, we have a three-point bonus game. It's three-point bonus game. Take it away, Rose.
It's a 3-point bonus game. Yeah.
Yours almost kind of like slid into almost like a little southern twang there.
Yeah, I know. I got a little frog in my throat there or something. I don't know. I always seem to never be able to pick it up right. I always get it off tone or something.
For the man who absolutely despises country music, that had a little bit of twang there, buddy. It's all good, though, man. It's all good. It wouldn't be us if we didn't have a little fun with this, now would it?
That's right.
All right. Next up, we have the 7 wins, 1 loss, Whiteford. And there's a reason why this is your 3-point bonus game this week. Because they are traveling to the 8 wins, 0 losses with the streak. Your Clinton Redskins. And this is at home for Clinton. So what do you think, Rose?
I have to, since Mary's sitting right next to you there, and I don't want her hitting you or me or throwing anything at the camera, I am going to go with Clinton, her alder mater there.
I am going with Clinton, too, because I think the streak is going to continue.
I heard her woohoo on that one.
She was woohooing on that one. She said Clinton's number 1.
Next up, we have the 5 wins, 3 losses, the Hillsdale Hornets. They're traveling to the 4 wins, 4 losses, the Hudson Tigers.
Could be a game on our hands here, folks.
This
We
could
got
be, too.
good games this week.
I have to
What
go
do you
with
think of this one?
Hillsdale on this one.
Oh, wow. Wow, Rose. 5-3, 4-4. It's in Hudson, too. Okay, Rose is
The
going
reason
Hills.
I'm going to go with Hillsdale is because last week they almost beat Ida, and Ida is undefeated.
Oh.
Hillsdale,
You know-
the final of last week's game, Ida won 20-17 in 2 overtimes over Hillsdale.
Oh man, Rose, now you're making me think about this one because I was actually going to go against you on this one. I was leaning towards going towards Hudson because I went against Hudson last week and they pulled off a big win. But then you bring up facts like that they almost beat the undefeated Ida. So now I have to think about this one for a minute. Was Hillsdale's game at home last week, or did they have Ida on the road?
Hillsdale was home last week.
So Hillsdale was at home. All right. I am struggling bad with this one. My Hillsdale audience is not going to like me this week. I'm teetering towards Hudson for the home field advantage is kind of what I'm giving it to him for. And my buddy Rich Hollowell will be out there calling the game, sideline reporter. I am not 100% convinced on this game, but I'm going to go with skeptically going with Hudson.
Just for the Hillsdale audience.
I'm going to call that my skeptical game of the week, folks.
Okay, I'm writing that down. Skeptical game for Tim. All right, I just jotted that one down there. So
it's a year of where we just spontaneously add new stuff to the show, and so now we have the skeptical game of the week.
You know, you'll laugh about this. I actually almost created a logo for my destruction game of the week.
Sweet.
Before you know, we have an icon by everything. There'll be like
we should. You know what? We should just have a destruction game of the week. We should put one game on there. It'll probably always be a Lions game. All right.
Plus, if Hillsdale gets the win, that means their record will be 6 wins, 3 losses, which I think that puts them in the running for playoffs. If I'm thinking right.
I do believe you are right on that.
I think you have to have, is it 6 or 7 wins to make the playoffs?
And everybody has, 2 games left on the season?
No, I don't think so. I'll look at that here in a second while you're calling the next one.
We'll come back to that part of it. As usual, we're, always prepared with the current information for you guys. So up next we have the 1 win, 7 losses, Erie Mason. And some people would say, well, what the heck? Why is this game on here? This is crazy. This isn't Lenawee County or anything. Well, I was going to say this looks like it could be a good game, but maybe not. They're traveling to the 8 wins and 0 losses. Ida. For obvious reasons, Rose and I are both going with Ida.
Correct.
They have a better record, so there we go.
No, this is the last game for regular season for Hillsdale. Let me click Hudson real quick, and we'll see. They have another game, so I think that last game for Hudson too. We'll do Onstead just to see real quick.
Oh, so Hudson doesn't even have a shot at the playoffs this year, even if they win?
Nope, because that will give Hudson 5 wins, and I think you need that magic 6 number to get into the playoffs.
I didn't realize we were this close to the end of football season.
That looks like it's it for regular season. We'll try to get some playoff action in here for you guys. And Blissfield. I don't even know why I clicked that. Blissfield is 0-8 right now. This is back to the days when I went to school there. You didn't think they'd actually won a game, did you? No, and they're playing Dundee, and Dundee's 4-4, so I don't think they'll walk away with a win this year. So, but anyways, moving on, we have the 7 wins, 1 loss, Columbia Central. They're traveling to the 4 wins, 4 losses, Onstead. Sorry, Onstead, I'm going with the Columbia Central on this one.
This game's at home. I might actually go up there and watch this one tomorrow because we have one of our Laura Haviland teachers is one of the coaches over at Columbia Central, and Columbia Central is 7-1. Sorry, Onstead. I'm going to go with Columbia Central as well. Looks like Columbia Central is in the playoffs regardless of what they do right now. So, congratulations to them. All right, next up we have so the season's over for these guys as well. We have the 6 wins and 2 losses, Summerfield, and they are traveling to the 3 wins and 5 losses, Sand Creek Aggies. What do you think, Rose?
Just because Sand Creek is out of the playoffs, I'm going to go with Summerfield on this one.
Sand Creek's beat up. They got injuries. They have not had a good season this year. And even Amanda Ream has admitted it. And so, she I don't think she'll kill me this week for going with Summerfield, because I think she has an idea that Summerfield's going to win too. So I've got Summerfield as well.
And your last high school football game of the week for the Sheets, we have the 1 win, 7 losses, the Carlton Airport Jets, if I'm correct on that one. They're traveling to the 3 wins, 5 losses, the Tecumseh Indians. I've got the Indians on this one.
It's a good thing this game is being played in Tecumseh, because last year we had some good laughs about this one, you might remember. I talked about it some with you on the show. I talked about it in our classroom with a couple of the guys that used to play for Tecumseh. Carlton Airport School is literally out in the middle of nowhere. It's like in a field somewhere.
Really?
It looks like you're like into a deserted factory or something. It literally is out in the middle of nowhere.
Huh.
So, sadly, both these teams are done. No playoff action for either one of these teams. I am going to go with Tecumseh. Hopefully they can get the win for their final game of the season. All right. We are moving on.
Oh, hat change.
To some college football action. And even though it's a bye week for Michigan, I still bleed blue. As Rose. All right, our first game, we have the 5 wins, 2 losses, Texas Tech. They are traveling to the 5 wins, 1 loss, Oklahoma. And Oklahoma is ranked 17th in the nation. What do you see? What do you like here, Rose?
I'm going to go with Oklahoma just for good old JR.
I was thinking the same thing for good old JR, and they are ranked 17th. So why not?
Next, the 4 wins, 3 losses, the Indiana Hoosiers. They're traveling to Lansing to face the 7-0, ranked 7th in the nation, the Michigan State Spartans. And I got the Spartans on this one.
Indiana doesn't have a chance. I got to go with the Spartans as well. All right. That would be the pug. It's not me.
I was about to say, is your dryer off if it's out of whack there?
No, only you have those issues. My washer and dryer is actually way down in the basement, and you couldn't hear it even if it was. Well, you could maybe hear it if it was off, but. You know what? You're taking this game because it's your game. It's your game.
We have the 5 wins, 1 loss, ranked 15th in the nation, Texas A&M. They're traveling to Ole Miss, who has a record of 5 wins, 2 losses, ranked 24th in the nation. And this is my Squeaker Game of the Week.
Squeaker!
Squeaker!
So who do you got in the Squeaker, Rose?
Squeaker! Ah, boy. Ole Miss, I think, took a I'm going to go with Texas A&M on this one because Ole Miss, I believe, lost last week, and they dropped big time in the rankings.
They did drop big time in the rankings, and I think they're going to be out for revenge or vengeance this week, and that is why I am going to go Ole Miss for the win. All right, next up. I don't have an Adrian College hat. Okay, we'll stick with this one. We have Adrian College, who have 3 wins and 3 losses. They are traveling to Wisconsin Lutheran, who has 2 wins and 4 losses. What do you think, Rose?
Adrian College.
I think Adrian College can get it done this week. Go Adrian College.
Next, the 3 wins, 8 losses, Tiffin.
I got it right here, Rose.
There it is. The Dragons. They're traveling to the 1 win, 6 losses, Hillsdale. Sorry, Hillsdale. On this one, I'm going Tiffin.
Tiffin's for me as well. Sorry, Hillsdale. You're having a rough season. All right. Hey, look what time it is. We're getting into some NBA action.
Tim has a hat for everything tonight.
Well, not everything, but we're working on the collection a little bit.
Tim wears multiple hats. That was
Thank
bad.
you.
That was
Thank
bad.
you.
That was bad. Sorry.
It might have been, but I love our audience. I love our fake studio audience.
Yeah, we just hit the applause button. We get applause, you know.
Okay, next up, NBA. Still preseason action. We're getting close to opening day, though, right, Rose?
I believe so. I will look that up here in a second.
We'll let Rose check on that while we get into our first preseason game. So in preseason, trying to give some some of you some more explanations in case you don't always understand. Preseason means these games don't really count for anything, but we still keep the records so that you know just kind of how the team is doing. And it also gets to know some of the new players, and sometimes people don't have their rosters complete yet, so it also introduces guys who may or may not get a starting spot or even make the team at this point. All right, so you got it, Rose?
Yeah, regular season will start Tuesday, October 27th.
Oh, well, that's not far off then.
No,
we're real close.
So
to that.
these games that you're seeing will be the last of the preseason games.
Sweet. Preseason is almost done. It's a time to rock and roll. We have the 4 wins and 1 loss Atlanta Hawks. They are traveling to, I am finding this hard to believe, the 2 wins and 4 losses. The Detroit Pistons right now struggling in preseason ball. I hope this is not to be their fate for the regular season, Rose.
I'm going with the Hawks.
I can't very well wear the hat and then not go with the Pistons, so I better go with the Pistons on this one, even if it costs me a point this week.
And your other preseason last game of the week, we have the 3 wins, 4 losses, the Houston Rockets. They're traveling to this one is more shocking than the Pistons. The 1 win, 4 losses, the San Antonio Spurs. I kind of like to hear Jason Boring's explanation on this one.
We might actually be able to get an explanation out of Jason tomorrow because he will be showing up at my classroom for the program. So we will talk to him about this.
Well, my guess is they're probably benching their good guys, is my guess.
That could be.
I'm going to go with the Spurs because I like the Spurs.
And we're going to pause and let him give us an explanation. Ready? Talk to us.
About what?
What do you got, Jason?
Oh,
We're talking to Jason right now. What do you think, Jason? What's your point of view on the Spurs? And then it just occurred to me that nobody else other than my classroom will be able to hear what he has to say unless I'm filming it. So this whole part of our show was kind of pointless.
and I seriously doubt that Jason will want to be videotaped for Sports Frenzy.
He dodged me. I tried to get him to do an interview for the show for when the Sand Creek record went down to the Clinton, and he dodged me on that one. So chances are real good I will not get him on film for this one either. Who are you going with on this game? You going with the Rockets? You got the Spurs.
I'm going to go with the Spurs because I like the Spurs.
I am going with the Spurs as well. Hey, are you saying you don't like the Pistons, though? Because you didn't go with the Pistons. Are you saying you don't like the Pistons?
No, I like the Pistons. I just don't think they're going to win.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't have a lot of faith in the Pistons. Just like the Lions, I don't have a lot of faith in the Lions.
Okay. Is this you or I? I forget.
You can take it.
I can take it? All right. Up next, we have the 3 wins, 2 losses, 0 overtime losses. Your Detroit Red Wings. They are traveling to the 1 win, 5 losses, 0 overtime losses. The Calgary Flames. Of course, you know who Rose and I got. Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. So we got the Red Wings, right? Right?
Yeah, of course. You know I always will go with the Red Wings. Your other NHL game of the week is the 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 overtime loss, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're traveling to the 4 wins, 2 losses, 0 overtime losses, the Winnipeg Jets.
Tampa Bay Lightning, isn't that that's who is it? Former Piston guy's team, right? Or Pistons guy. Former Red Wing guy's team. I know, right? That was huge. That was a huge flop right there.
The Steve Yzerman is the general manager of the Tampa Bay Lightnings.
I like the way you say that. The Steve Yzerman. The yes. Steve Yzerman. The Steve Yzerman.
Just like it's the Steen in wrestling. The Steen.
Man,
or no, they say this is Steen.
The man, the myth, the legend, the Steve Yzerman. I like that. Just for that alone, I'm going with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I also am going to go with the Lightning. One of my favorite players of all time, and he's done a great job with the Lightning.
Oh, man, I didn't bring out my walleye hat. That's a bummer. Oh, shoot. You know, I looked right at it, too. Oh, well. My tailor didn't have everything prepared for me, so.
Tailor.
All right.
You're not wearing a suit right now, Tim.
Well, that would include hats, Rose. You get, you know, they do it all, right? They
hats,
do the
not baseball hats.
Well, they do baseball hats for me.
Oh, okay.
My tailor, I don't know what your tailor does, but
he tailors my suits.
My last suit that my tailor did was really huge on me, so we had to actually go to Jamie's tailor to get me suspenders. That's how big my pants were.
Yes, I do recall this. Yes.
Oh gosh. All right, we have the 0 wins, 1 loss, 0 overtime losses. Your Toledo Walleye. They are traveling to the 0 wins, 2 losses, 0 overtime losses. The Kalamazoo K-Wings.
I got to go with the Walleye.
Well, I got to go with the Walleye, too, especially as they're so nice to already call you and offer us tickets discounted Sports Frenzy tickets.
Actually, I got a second phone call today too.
Did you really?
Yeah,
See,
I said to the guy, I'm like, I've already received a phone call from you guys, and he's like, oh, well, I was just curious if you've figured out any games you wanted to go to. I was kind of like, man, guy really wants us to be at the Walleye again to cover it.
Really? How cool is it that they want Sports Frenzy to be at the Toledo Walleye game? That they're blown up. Yeah, it is an honor, and you know, hopefully they'll have some great seats for us sometime this season, because I guarantee at some point we probably will attend a game, possibly.
I'd love to go. They're fun games to go to.
It was a great time had by us. Yes, it was a great time. Even though I gotta get that, I forgot to get that photo for you. Man, I'm dropping the ball on everything. I was telling Rose at our last game when we were doing our pictures together, was photo bombing us. So just like the Pugs photo bombing behind the scenes right now.
The Pug.
All right, so let's go, Walleye. Get her done.
That's right. Next up, we have the 3 wins, 1 loss, 0 overtime losses. The Charlotte Checkers. It's a polar bear there.
Yeah.
Mean looking guy.
Reminds me of the polar bear that used to be on the Frozen Ices.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They're heading to Grand Rapids to face the Griffins.
Look what I got for you guys, the brand new logo. I printed up a new one just today.
Ooh.
Yes. Because the Griffins have got a new logo this year, folks.
Ooh.
Their Griffin looks at their hawk. Their Griffin looks a little more Griffin-y.
Yes. Looks a little tougher this year. And their record is 0 wins, 4 losses, 0 overtime losses. Although I did see last night, though, the Griffins did get a win.
Yes, they did. I tagged Rose on that just so he could see it, because we were just talking about that earlier in the night.
Yes.
So they have 1 win under their belt,
yes.
If you want to correct your record on there, folks.
I am going to go with the Griffins.
I'm going with Griffins as well, too. And I have got to get me some Griffins gear this year, folks. I have no Griffins gear yet. I have got to get some Griffins gear. All right. On to some NFL football action. We have the 3 wins, 2 losses, the Minnesota Vikings. And they are traveling to the finally got a win, 1 win, 5 losses, your Detroit Pussycats. Meow.
You know, the
Can they get it done this week, Rose?
The Vikings already have 1 win over the Lions. I got to go with the Vikings again.
Lions are all fired up. They got 1 win under our belt. We're going to continue on this week. I've got the Minnesota Vikings as well.
And your other NFL game of the week, we have the 4 wins, 1 loss, the New York Jets. They're traveling to the 5-0 New England Patriots. I got to go with Tom Brady on this one.
I'm going with Tom Brady and the Patriots to keep their undefeated season going. Go Patriots.
Go Patriots. I think it's time for a NASCAR intro.
It is time for a NASCAR intro. It is!
It is!
That beautiful bean footage. Pull out all our own sayings. I like that. That was a good one. That was a good one, Rose.
I've been practicing.
That scream was a really, truly, fairly good metal. It started out with the high hair metal scream, and he brought it into the download growl. I loved it. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, I'll take that 8 out of 10.
We're
I'm sure my neighbors are probably calling the cops right now thinking someone just got killed or something, but...
That's all right. I mean, you know, they got to understand that you... I'm sure the police will understand that you're shooting a show and that... when the lights are spinning outside your window, you can actually shout out, "Go!"
He shoots his cars! Woo!
We brought it back to hockey, and we're actually talking NASCAR, so go figure that one out. And I actually went and got my hockey hat. So
Ooh, he redeemed himself.
I did redeem myself, and I was just talking. I said, you know what? I might have to throw in some NASCAR gear at some point because we've gotten pretty intense with the NASCAR stuff lately. And I really am kind of digging Joey Logano. He's kind of a cool dude. I like his attitude. It's like, you know what? I love that he just says, yeah, I can race with anybody. It's like, whatever your style wants to be, I'll adapt to it. I'll do it.
So I take it that that's your pick for the week for your drivers.
I'm going with Logano again, man. Logano's got it. He's won it 2 weeks in a row, dude.
Yeah, he might.
He's in the big championship race picture now, so I'm going Logano.
I'm writing down Kevin Harvick again, but I don't know. I'm with you. I'm kind of impressed with Joey Logano there.
He stomps some butt and takes names, you know.
Yeah.
He's cool with the fans and everything, but everybody else wants to be cool, and he'll talk a little trash if he needs to talk a little trash. So,
well, now we're moving into WWE pay-per-view action.
Whoa. Slow down. You forgot to tell us where the race was this week, Rose.
Oh, it's at Talladega. I can never say it right.
Talladega?
Yes, thank you, Tim.
Talladega.
This
is the final race for the 12. It goes down to 8 after this week, folks. Right? This is the third race, right?
1 sec. Let me take a look here. I'm pulling it up as quick as my computer will work here. It's coming. It's a coming. Part of me is kind of worried right now that my neighbor might be calling the cops on me, thinking something just happened to me. Oops, no, not that. So if we hear a knock at the door, we know why.
We may have to take a little pause while Rose explains what happened. Or we'll continue filming because it might be funny for the show. I do think, Rose is finding out for us, I do think this is the final race for the 12 racers, and that is where we'll have your other sheet for you, which is a reference sheet again this week. You can get somebody on here if you want to, or circle on the main sheet, as this is purely to let you know who is actually still in the qualifying for the races. But I believe after this week, Rose will be removing some more pictures, and we will be down to 8 for the next 3 races.
Yes, it is. You are correct, Tim. It is the last race for the 12 contenders, and it will go down to the 8. And then next week it will be Martinsville. The week after that, Texas. And then Phoenix. And the only driver in for sure in the next bracket there is Joey Logano.
I was going to ask you that. So he takes kind of a big lead going into since he took a second race. He's moved into that bracket at all?
I'm not sure. 1 sec. Come on. Standings. Oh, that's actually right where I want it.
Again, I have a lot to learn about NASCAR, but we're getting there slowly but surely because If you look back on the past seasons with Rose and I, we totally made fun of NASCAR. It was just more or less like a joke to us. And now we've gotten downright serious about it. So serious. We want a team and a car for ourselves.
Let's say the race were to start, the next bracket were to start tomorrow. Your drivers in would be Joey Logano, Danny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, Brad Keselowski, and Martin Truex Jr. Your eliminated drivers.
Off the sheets.
What's that?
I said, which is hilarious because we took Truex Jr. off the sheets last year.
Yeah. The drivers that would be eliminated would be Matt Kenseth, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ryan Newman, and Kyle Busch. And that's if that's if the next bracket were to start tomorrow. So unless some of those guys get a high place, you'll see some more guys eliminated from NASCAR.
Righty.
Anyways, this weekend is also a WWE pay-per-view. Are we actually allowed to say the name of this pay-per-view?
Oh yeah. It's all right. I'm not against that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I know we're a kid-friendly show, and I don't want to.
Well, I mean, when you think of WWE is mostly PG, and they say it, so.
Yeah, that is true. It is the name of the event. This pay-per-view is called Hell in a Cell. So the first matchup we have is for the WWE World Heavyweight title, and it is Seth Rollins versus Kane.
What do you think, Rose?
I'm going to go with Seth Rollins. I don't think he's going to lose it to Kane. I would like to see Kane win one more World Heavyweight title before he retires, but I'm not holding my breath that it will be...
Yeah. Could this be where we see Sheamus cash in his Money in the Bank? I wonder.
It's possible.
For this match, I'm going to say Seth Rollins retains the title. And I think somebody will try and interfere is what I'm thinking.
Yes.
I'll just go ahead and let you go through the pay-per-view, Rose. You got more details on it than me right now. I'll just hold up the pictures here.
All right. Next up, this is your first Hell in a Cell match. And it's the end of this feud. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. And I am going to go with Roman Reigns on this one.
I do not like the Wyatts at all. Anything about the Wyatts. I know some of you might remember in previous shows in the past, a couple years ago, I did a whole kind of Wyatt thing there for like an episode or two. I just don't like the Wyatt. I'm going with Roman Reigns. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. Oh my goodness.
Dun, 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 dun.
3 points.
Dun, 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 dun.
3 points.
Dun, 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 dun. 3-point bonus game.
Yes, it is.
And it is also the end of this feud. Apparently, this Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, they're ending feuds inside the cell. We have the Phenom, the Undertaker, versus Brock Lesnar.
No. Do it with your We'll do it with the proper voice, bro. Come on, you do a pretty good Heyman.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the representative of the 1 in 21 and 1. My name is Paul Heyman, and I am the representation of Brock Lesnar.
Very good.
That wasn't good, actually. That was pretty bad, actually.
Oh, you want to take two?
No, I don't want to take two.
Oh, fine. Come on. Give us another shot at it. So you get it right.
My name is Paul Heyman, and I am the representation of Brock Lesnar, the Conqueror, the Animal, the Destroyer. That was worse. Okay, that's enough of that.
All right, take 3. Try it one more time.
Nope, that's it. That's all I got. Anyways, it's The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, and this is also inside Hell in a Cell, and I have a feeling this one is going to be a good match, actually. The funny part is these two have already met inside Hell in a Cell.
They have?
Yes.
When was that, Rose?
I can't tell you the exact date.
Go or just currently? Are we talking like old school Taker Brock Lesnar, or are we talking the current time and age right now?
Old school.
There you go. We're talking old school days. So those don't count. They've never ever done this before.
If I remember correctly, I think Taker was doing Biker Taker.
As he should be doing now, really.
Yes. He looks more like a biker.
He doesn't really have the body or the hair or the image for the kind of dead man walking Taker anymore. He needs to be the biker dude. I think that I would totally dig that. I mean, he looks more like an older biker image Taker would at this day and age. But people want us to forget about the biker Taker, so. And this generation don't even know who the biker Taker is. We'll have Rose, or one of us, between one of the two of us, we'll put on the Sports Frenzy page for you, like as Titantron from maybe the biker days. I'm sure we could find that for you guys.
Yeah. I used to love that one because you come out to Limp Bizkit's Rollin', 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 and drive his motorcycle out.
When Rose created our characters, I mean, did you ride a bike too in your video game? You had me ride out on a bike, and I thought that was my homage to the biker Taker. It was pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going with the Taker in this match. I think he's going to be starting to wind down his season career here soon. Brock Lesnar is probably going to be around doing some more stuff in WWE still, but Taker's probably not. So I think Taker's going to finish it off. Just because he gave up, and going back to like real life as well, I think because he gave up to Vince McMahon and said that, I'll take the loss at WrestleMania, I think this is going to be redemption. And I think he takes out Brock Lesnar.
This is a tough
And I'm going to be really bummed if he doesn't. This could get really twisted. Somebody could come interfere, and the two of them have to team up. Wouldn't that be?
I'm gonna go with the Undertaker. I just read from one of my inside sources that said that there's a chance that somebody will cost Brock Lesnar this match. And
oh, really?
This person will be Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania opponent this year at WrestleMania 32. So I'm going to go with the Taker as well.
Cowboy Storm?
What?
Is it going to be the Cowboy James Storm?
Oh, no. I don't think it's going to be the Cowboy James Storm. I think he'll be down in NXT.
Do you have who it is? Have they given any hint at all?
Nope.
Who do you think? Do you think somebody on the current roster or somebody that's going to come back?
My
I'm
guess,
enticed.
if I had to guess right now, I would say The Rock.
Oh, really? Wow. Wow.
That would be
That's
my
huge.
guess right now.
That's huge. Wow. I just started thinking about this, and really, we are, what, like 5 months away from WrestleMania, I think.
WrestleMania is, I don't know the exact date. Let me look it up real
Usually
quick.
at
It's
middle of
usually
March, close to the beginning of April, or something like that, isn't it?
yeah, usually at the end of March, beginning of April, WrestleMania is.
So we got. So wow, big news there. Yeah. Hopefully, it gets a fairly clean ending though, and it's not one of those things where Brock Lesnar can come, excuse me, come back and whine and say, "Oh, he didn't really beat me. Headlight interference and blah blah blah."
Oh, there it is, April 3rd.
Okay.
April 3rd, WrestleMania will be.
April 3rd. Do we have any other halfway decent matches in this or anything in this pay per view?
One sec, pulling it up. All right, starting off with matches. For starter, like I said, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins versus the Demon Kane. Although if Kane does not win, he has to relieve his duties as Director of Operation. Divas Champion Charlotte versus Nikki Bella. The Tag Team Championship match will be the New Day versus the Dudley Boys. I'm surprised they haven't turned this into like a tables match yet.
New Day sucks. New Day sucks. New Day sucks.
The Intercontinental Championship match will be Ryback versus the current champion, Kevin Owens. John Cena will be doing the U.S. Open Challenge, but it's flat out on the website. It's an open challenge, so nobody knows until this guy comes out. The word is, though, that Cena is, after Hell in a Cell, going to be taking some time off from wrestling for I don't know if it's for vacations or if he has like a movie he's shooting, or I'm not exactly sure, but he is going to be taking some time off from wrestling. So if I have to guess, I think he's going to lose the title.
Good guess.
And your last match, it is actually your kickoff, which if you want to watch it, you can watch it on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, a whole bunch of different things. And it is Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville versus Rusev, Sheamus, and Barrett. It's a six-man tag match.
They just had that Friday night or Saturday, Monday Night Raw. They just had that exact match on Monday Night Raw.
Well, here's the thing.
No way.
They had to real quick change it because it was actually supposed to be the two Wyatt dudes there.
Really?
Oh, what's his face there? I can't think of the new dude that wears the black sheep mask.
Yeah.
And oh shoot, what the other dudes? Luke Harper versus Dean Ambrose and Randy Orton. Well, I just read Randy Orton is not going to be able to compete because he dislocated his shoulder again. And you're going to laugh at this one, and everybody's probably going to laugh at this one. He injured his shoulder taking out his trash.
What?
I read it on several sources that says that Randy Orton is currently injured with a dislocated shoulder from taking out his garbage.
Okay. Wow.
Randy Orton has had, to his benefit of the doubt, Randy Orton has had a history of dislocated shoulders. So, but the part that bugs me about this is that Dean Ambrose is not going to be competing. Although maybe that's who he will, who John Cena's opponent will be. Maybe that's who will drop the IC title to.
I'm looking on some of the wrestling news websites right now. I was looking to see what was going on with wrestling, and Jamie Rose unofficially called this, but it appears in November. They're already taping for NXT in November, believe it or not. It says on here. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's going to turn on Finn Balor in the November 18th episode of NXT. Is what they're doing right here. So looks like they might have Samoa Joe go back to his bad guy side there.
I don't think. Well, the crowd's not really into him during that battle royale. The crowd was booing him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he eliminated Tyler Breeze, and the crowd did not like that too much.
Oh, wow.
So I want to give a congratulations out to the Boston Red Sox manager John Farrell. His cancer is in remission.
Oh,
so
awesome!
That's awesome that it's in remission. That doesn't mean he's necessarily cured, but that means he's in remission. So Brady Hoke, former Michigan coach there, says to Sports Illustrated that Jim Harbaugh. It seems like Brady Hoke's been talking a lot about Jim Harbaugh.
Now, which tells me he is looking to get a new job somewhere. I thought he was going to stay loyal to Michigan. Him and Coach Harbaugh had some pretty good talks, after he exited. But now, man, he's coming out with some crazy talk, and no right to say what he's saying because the team with him didn't go anywhere. So yeah, kind of disappointed Brady Hoke right now.
Yeah, he's saying to Sports Illustrated that Jim Harbaugh's strong start validates Hoke's performance at Michigan. The one that really bugs me is that Brady Hoke keeps saying that it was wrong for Jim Harbaugh to punt the ball against Michigan State.
Yeah, and most people, Brady opened up a whole can of worms because, he went away. People weren't really dissing on him, I don't think, because he went away graciously. He, did it fairly pleasantly, parting of ways. And like I said, he transitioned. He was talking with the new coach fairly well. But if you look at the page notes on Facebook and stuff where these postings are about that, it's like everybody said. Brady Hoke would have never been in that position. We would have been like 3 touchdowns down by that point with Brady Hoke. Yep. And so they said, of course he would have never punted because he would have never been in a position to punt. Yep. So, yeah, he opened up a whole can of worms with this one, and that kind of bums me out because Coach Hoke is the only coach I've actually met at Michigan so far. And now my picture is completely off the wall and I'm gathering dust in a box somewhere.
University of Georgia's mascot Russ is retiring after a 44-19 record as the Georgia Bulldogs mascot. So hopefully the Bulldog there will have a nice retirement now.
Going back to our talks on a lot of teams having Bulldogs, I think that was the game. I was channel surfing one day, and it was a rainy, stormy, messy game. And the Bulldog, like, he stayed right in his dog coop, and he was sleeping the whole game.
Oh, I think he's from the picture, it looks like he's an older dog. I don't know exactly how old this dog is, but he looks like he's an older dog. So
Yeah, poor guy. He's reached retirement age.
I was hopeful Roger Schoonover there would talk about the LA Dodgers manager. The manager got fired today.
I don't think he either hasn't been on or just hasn't had time to respond to that yet, or he hasn't come up with a good response yet. We will keep you posted on what Roger Schoonover has to say about his beloved Dodgers.
Exciting news in NXT. Tim and I have talked a lot about NXT, and if you go on the website, you can see NXT from last night. The Cowboy James Storm made his debut, and the crowd went nuts. If you don't know who James Storm is, he's been wrestling for a long time. He was on TNA. Awesome guy.
They said he's been. They wouldn't even say TNA. They said he was on the indie circuit. So they consider TNA an indie circuit.
Did you watch NXT or did you watch the intro of
I
them?
haven't watched NXT yet, but I watched all that cool stuff you sent me, and so that covered pretty much the whole Storm piece.
Yeah.
My buddy, one of my buddies, the Top Rope Review podcasts, he called it. He gave a pretty good comparison of who actually what's his name there? What are they call him Prince Pretty now? That's his nickname.
Tyler
Prince
Breeze.
Pretty. Yeah, Tyler Breeze. Has that always been his nickname, Prince Pretty?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're comparing him. My one buddy Josh, who is one of the guys on the Top Rope Review on Podcast Detroit. Check it out on. You can check that out on Sundays at 6 p.m. But he was comparing him to Rick Martel, the model from the old WWE days, and I'm like, dang, that's a pretty darn good comparison. So yeah, I think that's kind of his image a little bit, is kind of like Rick Martel, the model Martel. So I'm thinking he's going to have some pretty good success when he jumps over to the line up there.
Yeah, I like him. He's a good wrestler. Going into some Major League Baseball playoff action. The series between the Blue Jays and the Royals. Right now, Kansas City leads that series 3-2. And I'm bummed out because I was hopeful of getting a game on here for you guys. But the problem is when the series looks like it's going to end early in the week, it's hard. I can't really put on any games for the sheets. So, for Friday, you will have the Blue Jays heading to the Royals, and Kansas City leads that series 3-2. Unfortunately, and it's funny, it happened yesterday on Back to the Future Day, the Mets swept the Cubs. So that means the Cubs are now eliminated. So that means Back to the Future predicting that they would win the World Series this year was wrong. Columbus Blue Jackets fired their head coach, Todd Richards, and instantaneously the same day hired John Tortorella, who was, I believe, a head coach of the 2003 Tampa Bay Lightning, if I'm remembering my history correct on that one. So Tim and I were talking about this one, and we usually when a deal goes down like that where they fire their coach and instantly hire somebody else, something was in the works prior to the firing.
Yeah, they probably were already negotiating with him before they even had the other coach fired. They knew who they wanted.
Yep. Jerry West would love for the NBA logo to be Michael Jordan.
How do you feel about that, Rose? Would you like that too? Because you're a Jordan fan.
I am a big Jordan fan, but no, I wouldn't want that. The NBA is it's been more than just Michael Jordan. There have been so many amazing players, and I think that's a little bias. I think just to have one player be the logo of the whole league.
Right. I mean, because there's a lot of legends that would not, I wouldn't be thrilled about that, number one. And yeah, I mean, Michael Jordan, I mean, he doesn't control the whole NBA. So, I don't know. I don't understand why. However, when Jerry West talks, a lot of people listen. So,
yeah. Tuesday marked the 11-year anniversary of the Boston Red Sox becoming the first and only Major League Baseball team to overcome a 0-3 series, defeating the New York Yankees in Game 7. Only team to ever do that.
Had a quick picture for you guys to see real quick. He always talks about, he always tries to be kind of a bad guy. But I think eventually they're going to have to turn him to a good guy, especially with stuff like this. This is Kevin Owens' son posing with his belt. And he's always talking about his wife and his kids on the show. So
yes,
I have eventually Kevin Owens is going to turn over to the good side. And, mad props to him for power bombing Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, this past week. That was sweet. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we'll try and find a video for you to see on that and post it up on the site for you as well.
that is all I have for you guys this week.
That's pretty much all I have for you guys as well at this point. So, well, that's good stuff. We got some good stuff for you. All right, guys. So before we forget, because we tend to forget to say this to you guys sometimes, because of the pay-per-view this week, we won't be able to shoot Sunday night because the pay-per-view will probably still be going on. So we will be doing the recap show Monday and have it ready for you guys on Tuesday this week. So just so you guys know that, the late night pay-per-view, that last pay-per-view went to like 11:30, quarter to 12, I think it was.
Yeah, they usually don't get out, and especially with this Taker Brock Lesnar match, my guess is closer to midnight on this one, and that's a pretty late shoot for Tim and I.
But if Jamie or I get to watch it, we'll try and post some live results for you guys on the site there so you guys can kind of know what's going on. Anyway, get out there and enjoy some games this weekend, and we will see you guys again real soon. Oh, I'm the coach.
And I'm Jamie. What?
Did you have something else for us?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Be blessed, everyone, and have a great weekend.
And I'm Jamie. Have a great weekend, everybody.